Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Making Art Public. And today we have the most extraordinary, amazing, talented local artist that grew up here, right here in the Coachella Valley. We have the wonderful Joanna Adams with us today. Hello,
Hello.
Joanna. Welcome. So happy to have you today on our show. We cannot wait to hear all about your artwork and the community and where you grew up. So let's get right into it. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So we want to know all about where did you grow up? I know in the intro I kind of sneak peeked that you grew up here in the Coachella Valley, but do tell us about your journey.
Uh, so I did grow up in the Coachella Valley, Palm Springs to be specific, right in Desert Highland Gateway Estates on Palm Vista. And I've been in Palm Springs my whole life besides when I went to college.
And so where are you going to college? I mean, what are you studying? What are you doing? I mean, are you pursuing a career as an artist?
So I started out at Riverside City College because I was playing collegiate basketball for these past 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I went to Riverside City College for basketball, and there I got 2 AAs in arts and humanities and 1 in social behavior. And then from there, I went to California State Los Angeles University on a basketball scholarship. And I'm currently in my last semester there, even though I'm not playing basketball anymore. And I'm studying fashion fibers and materials.
Wow, that is awesome. So we could expect, hopefully, that you would be an artist here in Palm Springs, giving and bestowing us more of your art.
Of course.
Yes, homegrown love. So tell us about your experience growing up in the community and how that was for you.
Growing up in the community was never what it may seem like it is right now. The James O. Jesse Unity Center did play a part when I was younger. We would go up there for Funner School, which was the summer program that they had for kids, where we'd have there were sewing classes, computer lab, everything like that. And then also with the park, with my basketball career, was where me and my dad would go up there sometimes and practice on the outside courts. So it played a part in my basketball career as well. And then we had like birthday parties and other celebrations up there at the park. But the community was always a positive thing. My grandmother lives around the corner, so there's no problem walking to her house and everything. So the community played a really big part in growing up and all of that. It was never anything negative or anything like that. It was always a positive thing and a very tight-knit community at that.
Yeah, and I found that too, being a very tight-knit community. So how do you feel about being able to contribute positive art to the community? Also, as you're contributing positive art, being able to combat the negative stories that are going out as well. Speak to us on that.
Okay, so being an artist, for me, it was always about being able to inspire and especially give back to the community that I came from, because I always felt like if you're gonna make it big and you're gonna do something big, it's always important to remember where you came from and make sure that you're doing something for the community that you came from. So doing the painting up at James O. Jesse was a huge thing for me, and it meant a lot just because I was able to give back to my community in the way that art does and make a positive impact and bring the attention away from whatever negativity may be coming up in the communities, and just be like, hey, we have this program that's going on up here. It's an awesome program, and it's done by people who are in-house. So it meant a lot in the sense that It was more so me also getting to be like more a part of my community besides just growing up here, living here, and then moving away.
Right. And are there projects or ideas that you see that would help the community even more so than what you've already done to help the community?
I think the art thing is a really big thing right now. And I think that would be one of the best things to continue with, and even to continue getting other people in the community involved, especially like the kids and stuff, because ultimately they're our future. Like they're gonna be here when we're not, and so getting them involved in stuff like that gives them an outlet from everything else that may be going on. And I always feel like creative outlets are the best things to have too. So I think like a great program would be like community art stuff where we can go up to the park and maybe like we're all painting together, sketching, whatever, just something to get away from whatever we may be dealing with at home, at school, whatever.
And do you feel like doing activities like that, do you feel like art can heal the community in certain ways?
Of course, for me, art was always like a getaway if I was stressed, or especially if basketball wasn't going my way. Art was always the one thing that I knew I could go to, thank God, because without it, I mean, there's other outlets for me, but I feel like art was the one thing I could just like get all my stress out, get everything out, and then have this like beautiful product afterwards.
And how has creating art in a COVID-19 pandemic existence, how has that been for you? I mean, how has it changed your world?
So honestly, at first, it was hard to find like the drive to keep doing it because I'm like, man, I'm just stuck in the house all day. I can't do anything else. So it gets pretty hard to sit there and like actually want to do stuff sometimes. But being in the pandemic and everything, it hasn't necessarily stopped my creativity and stuff. I find a lot of inspiration through social media, and a lot of people are always throwing new ideas at me. So it's not difficult to just go ahead and try and bang something out really quick. I also have a list of stuff which came in handy when the pandemic started. I have a list in my phone under notes where it's just ideas I may have randomly gotten during school, out anywhere, and I just put them in there really quick. And so I have a huge list of stuff that I can always start on at any time.
Oh, good, good. So you're already like pre-planning what kind of projects that you're doing. So
Yeah.
let's talk more about the utility box that you did at the Island Gateway Estates James or Jesse Unity Center. That is the first utility box in Palm Springs. Like, dun, da, 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 you're like the first artist to do a utility box. So tell us about your process and how you came about the idea in order to create it.
Okay, so I knew it was going up at the park, and I was thinking that it needs to be something bright, colorful, and it's like popping right out at you. So when the idea was presented with me to do something like a girl blowing bubbles or a black girl skipping rope, I did the bubbles thing because, in my opinion, the black girl skipping rope or double dutching is super stereotypical, and we see it everywhere.
Yeah.
So I chose the bubbles thing because it also allowed for more colors to be involved. So with that, we did the nice blue monochromatic background that has the gradient, simply because it popped more against the black skin, and it allowed for more colors to be involved. So I didn't have to just stick with like reds and yellows. I was able to include a lot of neon colors in there. But the overall like concept was just something that needed to be super fun, super bright, bubbly, of course, and super positive. So
Awesome. So, oh my gosh, Joanna, that just sounds absolutely incredible. I mean, all of Palm Springs is going to love this beautiful bubble blowing artwork that you've bestowed upon the community. Do you have any plans for any other artwork?
Yeah, so we're still in talks about doing a bench up at the park, which will be fun. And then we're in talks of doing another electrical box that's like at the entrance of the neighborhood. That way we can put like a welcome to Desert Highland Gateway Estates, like a blade sign. So and then possibly doing the gate up at James O. Jesse too. So there's a couple of different projects that we're talking about possibly getting done.
Awesome. Well, we are so excited to have a local artist here in Palm Springs making and creating beautiful, positive, wonderful art for our community to heal and grow. Thank you so much, Joanna. You are absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see more of the artwork that comes out from your creativity. We're so happy to have you today on Making Art Public. Thank you so much, you all, for tuning in. We love and appreciate you all. Please go to Desert Highland Gateway Estates community to the James O. Jesse Unity Center and look at this beautiful electrical box that Joanna has painted. It's displayed beautifully under a tree there in the park, and enjoy all the beautiful art installations that are up there right now. And thanks again for joining us. Thanks a lot, you all. Take good care. Thanks, Joanna.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, bye.